Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Rome. We are playing as Julius Caesar and things are going exceptionally well. We are kind of doing a very light invasion of the Grand Colombian Empire, and it's going quite well for us. We will be taking commando promotions, I think, and getting as many pillages off as we can. Now, it would be nice if we had the raid card, but unfortunately that is unlocked at military training. I don't even know if I would plug it out because I kind of need to keep discipline plugged in. I could take suzerainty of Hunza, and if Hunza has built galleys, this could actually be a really important bit of... Okay, Hunza has not built galleys. I was going to say it'd be a really important bit of scouting information for me. Alas, Hunza had not built a galley. But it does mean now that because we're suzerain of Hunza, our trade routes will generate +1 gold for every 5 tiles that they travel, which is pretty damn nice. We're not going to benefit too much from that too early into the game, but over the course of the game, this will generate us a good bit of gold, and we also now get +4 gold in every bank, shipyard, and consulate building. We're in the process of building up our empire, and I would say that that's going, quite successfully. Also, I just realized that it's another pillage turn. These things come by so quick, I wasn't ready for a pillage turn. Yeah, things are going fantastic. I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this guy to a legion and send him down here. We got a free builder out of him, so that I feel like we benefited him immensely from that guy. Okay, we're taking a little bit of damage here. Don't like that. I can maybe get to this farm and pillage that farm. I will kill this guy. Perfect. Boudica leads the troops, a +2 era score. It would be amazing if we could get a golden age. There's 26 turns left, so there's plenty of time to make it happen. He's building the Great Library, but we'll pillage the hell out of him. Yeah, I think I decided to make a legion here just so I can control this. I need to kill the Venta. It's part of my plans. It's just not like an immediate part of my plans. We don't really care about faith generation, honestly, as Rome. So yeah, I'm not too fussed about keeping La Venta around. I mean, La Venta is a good city-state, right? It's got the colossal heads, all that sort of jazz. I would really like to have control of Auckland, because Auckland actually gives you +1 production from shallow water tiles, and this would actually make up for the production problem that I have in my capital. So I think Auckland is going to be a major priority for me this game, to try and gain suzerainty of them. Now I've got 3.5k gold in the bank and we're getting decent kills here. Are you ready for a pillage? In a turn you will be. So go ahead and pillage that. You pillage this, 180 signs. So we're just going to try and run through with legions to try to get value, because he should have a really hard time killing these units. They're exceptionally strong and they should be able to escape reasonably quickly. Now it would be ideal if I had a few more legions going down, but unfortunately that just isn't an option. Now there's no sense in attacking this city, although attacking it would get me closer to a level up. I may try to escape with a couple of these legions because they're taking a bit of damage. I want to be careful. There's no sense in throwing away my legions. I want to get value out of them in this war, and already, even if I walked away from this war and pieced them out, I've gotten good value from the pillages. There's mathematics thanks to the pillage. We also want to pillage this thing. I want to pillage this for faith. I mean, faith, while not an important yield for my empire, there's always uses for faith in the game. Looking at the status of the game, I think we want to head towards the wheel. I think we'll head for the wheel. No, we'll take horseback riding, then the wheel, then we'll head for apprenticeship, and then we'll come back for the bath, I think. Now, in order to build the bath, I'll want to build a wall. So I'll have to find somewhere that I'm going to build the wall in. Ancient walls. Let's go ahead and pillage and raid this clan. Pillage for faith. We'll pillage that next turn. So there's defensive tactics, which is the step towards feudalism that we need. So we've fully broken this. Let's go get that faith tile right there. And you're on the hunt for more things to pillage. Oh my god, these these legions are just so disgusting. I will take the researcher promotion because that's an extra little bit of a chunk of science coming from the city of Ravenna. We'll take a shot and attack. I may start to hire some swordsmen. There's a galley there, galley there. If I hired a man-at-arms, that would be nice. Galley there. Hunza turned into a city-state. I could hire a Toa, and a Toa would be nice because I could replace a legion on this tile with a Toa, and then I could buy a battering ram, and then look to kill La Venta finally with this legion right here, which I think I will do. I might bring the Toa on this journey too. Yeah, let's buy that man-at-arms. I know that sounds a bit mental, but it's a 45 combat strength unit, so it's on par with a legion, slightly better than a legion, and it'll free up a legion that we can use for military adventures. I think the next pillage cycle will start getting more settlers. We'll start settling towards Grand Colombia. Okay, we're taking a bit of damage. So what's the best retreat route for this guy? If you get that kill, that saves me an awful lot of damage on this guy, and I should be able to get him out of range of the city. He can start healing in neutral territory. Perfect. Okay, these two guys have taken a decent chunk of damage, so I'm going to try and find somewhere nice and safe for them to pillage away. I'm going to give this guy the tortoise promotion, because it'll make him basically unkillable by those things. Took a chunk of damage here. Yeah, double shots. Guys take a little bit of time to heal up. Get that pillage off. We can run through here and just get a bunch of pillages. Plus there's farms nearby that we can run to for healing. Right, I think we can start hitting this guy. Now the damage to Venta will be hefty. This guy will take a good chunk of damage, but it'll be fine. We'll deal with that catapult. Might have to swap these two guys. I mean, if I lose a legion, is it really the end of the world? I don't think so. Major victory, I should trade up there. So I will lose a legion, which isn't the end of the world. I mean, trade a legion for a city. I feel like that's a trade any one of us would take any day of the week. Okay, we'll attack first with the Toa because the Toa isn't dealing with the across the river penalty. And then we'll break the city's combat walls. That's it. +1 promotion on this guy too. Pillage, nice. 200 science. Great tempo off that. And more importantly, we're also hurting Simon Bolivar as well when we do this. Right, attack with the Legion. You'll have a promotion after this turn, so you should be fine. Venta will fall. We could purchase the market, but I think we want to save our purchasing for settlers, but we will work on the market. No, we're going to purchase the arena and then we can get started on the Colosseum. It's a 75 turn Colosseum. I think we're going to focus all of our gold on getting that Colosseum because it's so damn good. It is pillage turn actually. So pillage turn has come once again. I don't have a unit for this one though. I guess I can use the archer to do it. All of the money in the world. Now the nice thing about pillage turn too is we're slowly making our way towards steel. And at steel, those pillages become worth a lot more. Promotion available for this guy. We will take Tortoise. We will attack here. City's about to break. We're fortified. He should have a hard time killing us. Does he also have oligarchy? He does not yet have oligarchy. And it's unknown as to whether or not he plans to do it. So I've got a build charge on this guy, which will help in the Magnus City. We can go ahead and cancel that watermill, buy the arena, and I guess we can continue the thingy, and then we'll chop this tile. We'll buy it, I guess, and then chop it in 2 turns when the Legion gets onto it. My Legions are taking damage. I think a flanking attack on this guy will kill him. I just hope there's no flood on this river. That would be truly devastating. Get the nice pillage off here. Promote with you. Commando's really nice. I like being able to move fast. The Venta should fall. We get a free builder out of it. Repair the monument and the granary in here. We'll probably plan a city. I think a harbour makes sense. If you're a coastal city and you have at least 2 fishing boats, like a harbour makes sense. Need to explore up here to the north. I might start bringing this battering ram to the front line. We will be keeping Venta. Then I'm going to send my units with builds over to Ostia to help that city out. Let's go ahead and we'll buy a builder in here as well. We will cancel the watermill. And now the production queue is empty. The Colosseum will take 63 turns. If I chop here, now it'll take 58 turns because I did a pre-chop. So basically you clear the production queue. You have to be on the, you have to actually have the production queue active. You clear the production queue, you chop, and then you place the thing on the tile that you chopped. And that's what we call a pre-chop. It's when you chop the tile right before you place it and allows you to put production into something you haven't actually started building. It's a really, really fun and cool maneuver. I do it all the time. So I just took a lot of damage here, but I should be able to squeak out of his borders and start healing. I would call this a very successful attack on Simon Bolivar. We managed to achieve our goals without any major downsides for us. Right, here comes the Colosseum chop. Boom, there's 11 turns off it. Happy days, we'll keep chopping. Fastest Colosseum in the west. He wants peace, so he's willing to pay for it. I have no interest in peace. My troops are merely passing by, when in actuality we are retreating through your territory. Granary completed in Arpinium. We're definitely going to kind of like delay in this city until we can get Magnus in here because there's a lot of really nice chopping going on that we can like super turbocharge the development of this city. Classical era ends in 9 turns. Unlucky if true. Buy another builder. Chop, chop, chop. That might finish the Colosseum here. If we finish the Colosseum, we get our Golden Age. And a Golden Age right now for us would be fantastic. Unfortunately, I am going to upset Norway slightly by not moving my troops from his border, but I'm not planning on attacking him. It's kind of odd because we have a friendship, so I can't actually surprise war him. So I don't know why he would be concerned that I have troops on his border when our friendship is like fully active for another long while. It's a little bit concerning. Let's go here, and you go there. Like logically, I kind of get it, right? Okay, strange, scary enemy units on my border. But like when you logically look at the situation, I literally can't attack you. So unfortunately, healing in allied territory is just as slow, or in neutral territory, is just as slow as healing in enemy territory. So we'll have to step out and then start doing a bit of healing. So Nalanda managed to spawn, which is just another city for us to kill. we will be killing city-states. Although we might keep Nalanda. We were the first to meet them, technically. I don't know how they managed to spawn, to be honest with you, because I was kind of suppressing these city-states. This one's 20 plus turns away from spawning. And, well, I guess this frees up these military units. Like, we got massive value out of this. Chop here. Colosseum's down to 35 turns. Starting to look entirely doable in 9. It is pillage turn, although it's slightly worse pillage turn. But I think the tempo we've gained from so many just high-quality pillage turns throughout the game has honestly given us enough. So this is owned by the right city. We'll go ahead and chop there. I need to buy this tile and chop there and then chop there. I'll bring the Toa around here to chop this as well. Swap that to the correct city. And then we just keep clearing out these barb camps. Now you are going to chop here and then we'll chop here. Oh, it was the wrong city, was it? It was the wrong city. Damn, that actually slowed down. Okay. Well, I guess it will be built in 5 turns, but just to secure it, I will chop it. I could have also totally plugged in the production towards wonders card at some point here. Probably would have saved me a couple of chops here, but you know, I'm forgetful. It's the kind of guy I am. Well, we definitely got to kill that archer because he's going to cause me problems. I'll unlink the general and move it to here to cover him. We got our campus in Mediolanum. We'll get to work on the trade routes now. We got the high adjacency part, right? That's the thing that we were really looking for with these campuses. So now we start developing our trade route capacity. Pillage, the village. No peace, only war. This guy has his 3rd promotion, which is brilliant. Apprenticeship has been discovered, +1 era score, and +1 production on every mine. So our sim ability has just gone up. Plus we now have man-at-arms. Now it kind of sucks that we have man-at-arms because we can't make legions anymore, which is kind of an important part of Rome. But man-at-arms are still good units. So, you know, I'm not worried. Now, I could go for urban warfare, which is +10 combat strength when fighting in a district, but we've been taking a lot of range damage. So I think Tortoise is actually a really good promotion here. So with the advent of an apprenticeship, I think it would be good to go for engineering. I think I'll quickly get shipbuilding. Can I build quick walls anywhere? I guess what I technically could do is if I buy this tile in Ostia, right, 420 gold, I chop, that finishes the Colosseum, and then if I come in here and I finish that ancient wall in a single turn, that should boost engineering. Then after feudalism, I'll come and backfill for drama and poetry. I'm researching feudalism so that I can get +2 build charges on my builders, and then I'm going to research drama and poetry so I can get the theatre square and start to increase my culture per turn by building these 2 theatre squares here. These guys will do a lot of the heavy lifting for me, plus the extra culture from the Colosseum itself is actually really, really valuable. If we go to the city overlap map mode, you could see this is a 5 city overlap, which means this is worth about 10 culture. Now, if I had built it over here slightly, technically I could have still done the same configuration, but I would have taken a mine away from my capital. And I would have hit 6 cities. I don't think that's like a particularly big optimization error. There will be another city going down here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There will probably be a city going down somewhere over here as well. So, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I think we made reasonable decisions. You don't always have to make the most perfectly optimal decision. If you're making reasonable decisions and you can defend those decisions, I think you're doing all right. We've got to harbour in our capital, so we go immediately for the lighthouse, and the lighthouse will help us a lot because we get the +1 food on all coast tiles for the city, which will allow us to have a really, really good place to improve this city's ability to produce yields. Now, we also really want to go for the mausoleum at Halicarnassus in our capital. That's going to have to be a hard and slow build. And the reason we want to go for the mausoleum at Halicarnassus is because the lighthouse will give a bunch of food to all these tiles, right? So let me explain this. I want to build a lot of districts in my capital. And my capital, if we just take a look at it, it doesn't have a lot of really like workable tiles. So we need to get that production, science, gold, all that stuff from somewhere else. And that's going to have to come from the ocean here. Now, if we take a look at this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 9 coast tiles within range of my capital, 2 of which are crabs. So that's with Auckland, right? That's 9 production. With a shipyard, that's another 9 production. So there's 18 potential production in here, plus an additional 9 when I reach the industrial area if I get suzerainty of Auckland. So for all those reasons, I'm trying to develop the capital's coastal infrastructure first before I kind of fill up all these district slots. Plus, the nice thing with the lighthouse is it gives you +2 housing if the city is on a coast tile, which this city is. And it also gives +1 food on all coast tiles, which allow the city to grow. It'll also give you a trickle of gold, and that gold will be improved by your relationship with places like Hunza. So I'm getting an extra 2 gold on my lighthouses. So for all those reasons, on top of the fact that we get a trade route here, yeah, we're going for the lighthouse. Where is Magnus going? Magnus's new destination, I think, is pretty obvious here. It's going to be Arpinum. And that just seems like a straightforward decision to me. We did manage to build the walls in here, getting the boost that we were looking for. Are there any boosts coming up that I should really get? Also, I should totally build an encampment. The fact that I haven't built an encampment is kind of genuinely like slightly criminal. So Ostia has built a commercial hub and an entertainment complex. It's at 8 population, which means it can build 3 districts. The next district that I would like to build in here would be the theatre square. So I suppose we'll go ahead and get the market. And we'll have to figure out how we're going to get more housing in the city of Ostia. It'll probably come in the form of a bath. But that again, so like, again, like we're getting all this thing, but we don't really have very good tiles to work. Just like, I feel like hills are just like disproportionately strong in this game. Just so insanely powerful. The classical era ends in 2 turns. We have secured our golden age. And it kind of depends on what kind of golden age we want to go for, actually. There's a few good choices. Oh, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. This city is starting to get real close to being a city-state, and I don't think I want a city-state here. Although, to be honest, this is like really crappy marginal land. So if a city-state spawns here, I actually like don't care at all. I'm totally fine with that. Yeah, I think I don't care if a city-state spawns here because it's marginal land that I can't really make use of. Yeah, totally. Spawn a city-state there. And I think it's the same story with this. I think in the grand scheme of things, we actually just don't care. It's a different question with this one down here, though. We definitely want this one to stay, or like to not become a city-state, rather. So I think I'd like this Toa to become a man-at-arms because that would be a significant strength upgrade for the Toa. It's plus 7 combat strength, but the Toa no longer minuses 5 combat strength around them. I think the Toa would be better as a support unit, but as a mainline combat unit that I'm going to send to the front line, I think the man-at-arms does the job better. So how does Norway still feel about us? We lost our open borders with them. We'll have to renew that. Okay, amazing. Amazing. We're in a golden age, and we're still friends with Norway. Can I buy those? Let's talk to Kublai Khan as well. 30 turns, that's fine. Let's see if we can sell off our strategics. 30 turns. I'd like the instant gold. Gold now is better than gold later, in my opinion. And then I would like to buy your luxuries. We have no spares. So the world has entered the medieval era. We're now in a heroic age. Amazing. So that means free inquiry becomes really powerful for us here. Penbrush and voice becomes really powerful for us here. Are all the religions gone? I think all the religions are gone. Yeah, all the great prophets are dead, or not dead, but taken. So I don't think Exodus the Evangelist has much value to us, but the pillaging of faith will come in handy with monumentality, and plus it actually makes purchasing builders cheaper anyway. So monumentality, free inquiry, and penbrush and voice, our yields should explode, right? We've got 40 science, 40 culture, and now when I refresh this, I should see a significant jump. Yeah, 52 science and 52 culture. We're actually like on pace with the AI, which is kind of mental for a deity game. Commercial hub completed. You definitely want to place your next district, but unfortunately we have to chop out all these tiles first, so we've got magnets on the way there. So let's go ahead and get those markets up. The second we get these markets up, I think the game changes significantly for us. We do a little pillaging. So my guys are starting to be healed back up, so we might go in for a little foray and see if we can pull down any more Grand Colombian infrastructure. I think I'd be happy with 100% production towards buildings in the city centre, although I already have all mine, so I think maybe I'll fight for commercial hubs. Then I would be very happy if trade routes to, I guess, scientific city-states passed. I kind of think it's funny that you can have a world congress and everyone hasn't met each other, so they're all like we're all voting on this stuff, but there's someone somewhere voting for something that I don't know who they are, yet they're participating in it's a little bit funky, right? When you think about it, just has that little bit of a, a little bit of stink of a funk to it, you know what I mean? He wants to make peace, I refuse. I'm gonna hunt down those catapults that he made. Okay, the man-at-arms is concerning. If I shoot him, I won't be fortified anymore. This is double fortification, which is plus 6 combat strength. He did half my health. He's lost 4 combat strength. So I would not survive this attack, so I need to retreat. Ooh, somebody got crossbows. Okay. Don't know how he did so much damage to me. I wasn't fortified, that's how he did it. Now, if I can get on top of these crossbows, I absolutely obliterate them. But if they get to shoot at me freely without me being able to retaliate, it's not good for me. There's feudalism, which is going to change how our empire operates quite a bit. You run this way. You run this way, you run this way, you run this way. Yeah, I think we can't really pressure him anymore. So I think we just take the piece, take our favorable 8 gold per turn piece, and then regroup for another attack. So we definitely want to have serfdom here. Oh, we managed to survive. Very nice, very nice. I'll need another unit to protect this. Continuing to generate pillage gold. I'll hire a man-at-arms from here. That seems fine to me. I'll send him down around here to help out. The good news is we can embark now, which makes like moving around the map quite a bit easier. All right, Simon, how do you feel about give me open borders, old buddy, old pal? And how do you feel about buying my... Oh, you won't buy my cocoa. Okay. So you have access to the bath now. I'm going to place that in the cities where it makes sense. And the reason that you pre-place your districts is so that you lock in their price. Basically, districts have a price that's based on the percentage of the technology tree that you've researched. So you research more of the tech tree, things get more expensive. However, if you place a district, it can't get any more expensive. So when I place my bath down, that is the bath price locked in. So it's generally a good practice to place these things generally as soon as you unlock them. Let's go ahead and purchase the old builders in here because they're super cheap for me right now. And we have a man-at-arms here. You're retreating. So Hunza wants a trade route. That can be done. Nalanda wants a Eureka for construction, which I believe is to just build a watermill. And I think there's a couple of valid places we can build watermills. A valid salad. We chop out that watermill. There's the boost for construction, which gets me a point with Nalanda. One step closer to suzerainty, because we're now up to 2 envoys in Nalanda, which is one step away from being suzerain, which will get us the access to the Mahavihara building. Let's go ahead and pop down the 1-turn bath. I guess we'll build that instantly because it's worth +4 era score and it gives the city housing and amenities, which might push me up in terms of my production. In the Civic screen, we'll grab recorded history for +1 governor title. We also just unlocked the theater square. So now I want to go through and swap the tiles appropriately and then place my theater squares again to lock in their cheaper price. Now, unfortunately, I think there's a scout standing on the tile that I want to lock in a cheaper theater square on. I think also this is the tile where we're building the mausoleum, which makes this a really, really natural theater square for the capital. We won't quite be going for that immediately, but it will formulate part of our plans. Kind of an interesting thing though is the commercial hubs that we've already built are now providing me with a bit of science. So like we're just like in a really, really solid position. So with the bath complete, we get +4 era score. The city gets a ton of housing and amenities, and we can now move on to bigger, better, and bolder things. Don't know if I want to build the Temple of Artemis. Let me have a little bit of a think about that. So if I build the Temple of Artemis, it gives me +1 amenity for each camp, pasture, plantation improvement within 4 tiles of this improvement. So let's have a look. If we do a little bit of radius scanning, there's a camp, pasture, plantation, 1, 2, 3, 4, plantation. I think this would be worth it to build, actually. So let's get started on the Temple of Artemis because it's a really good wonder. Not only does it give me 4 amenities, right? And we're already in a pretty heavy amenity build playing as Rome. Ooh. My archer does not have an escape route, sadly, so I think this archer may die. Unless I get the kill. Perfect, I got the kill. Okay. I don't feel safe pillaging this until I have a melee unit in the area. I do feel safe pillaging this, though. Let's go ahead. Well, before we start chopping, I think what we do here, it's quite expensive to switch thingies, but I might switch out urban planning for wonder building. And I'm tempted to buy another builder in here. I think I will, to get the city the tempo that it needs, but we'll pause a couple of turns while we wait for the wonder building bonus. So yeah, retrospective on the war with Simon Bolivar, we got a huge amount of gold, we got a huge amount of science, we killed a bunch of his units, it cost us very little. Ooh, an impy. That's kind of a scary unit. So I would call it like a raving success of a war. Recorded history is finished. I'm trying to think what our next major goal is. And you could make an argument for like mercenaries and stuff like that, but I think right now we just transition into a more standard build, right? We could pick up theology for the extra envoy. That would help us towards our goal of getting suzerainty of Auckland. And to that end, I think I will pick that up because I do want to be suzerain of them, which means I'll be plugging in the diplomatic policy card relatively soon, probably on that turn. Let's go ahead and put in urban planning. We will be keeping serfdom though, because serfdom is just too good to take out. So it's 50 turns on the Temple of Artemis. If we chop here, 21 turns. And then boom, with 2 chops got us the Temple of Artemis. Perfect. So this is a fantastic wonder. It's going to give us a huge amount of growth tempo in Arpinum. We can finally place the commercial hub. We don't want to build it yet, do we? No. Well, yes we do. Market completed in Ostia. Ideally, we would be purchasing our traders, but I may have to hard build them. We have another governor title. I think Pingala is basically as promoted as we want them to be. Magnus is basically as promoted as we want them to be. We could pick up provision here if we wanted to like buy settlers from that city and not cost us a population. I think Reina is actually a really valid choice here for Harbour Master. in the well, maybe not the capital, but for example, like Mediolanum, harbour master in here, that's a +5 adjacency harbour. The city lacks production in a really, really big way. And it's a bit of a problem, actually. Victor's not bad. Amani is the play, and we put Amani in Auckland in conjunction with the extra envoy from Mysticism. That'll be what we need to get control of them. So, right, there's Mysticism. We come in here, we switch out Core V, we move you to the top, we plug in Diplomatic League, boom. We put an envoy into Auckland, that counts as 2. And then when Amani establishes, she counts as 2, which should get a suzerainty of Auckland, which sets us up to start printing production from Rome from its coastal tiles. I'm gonna pillage here because I feel safe to do it. I'm feeling wild, I'm feeling dangerous. Do I chop this jungle? If I chop the jungle, I lose 1 food on this cocoa, but this cocoa tile isn't really very useful for its food anyway. So I think we do chop here. Chop tempo is just too good to ignore for us to not do it. It gets you so much food and production. So interestingly, Simon Bolivar is top tech in this game, and I would consider this technology line, right, this science, this culture, this is what I would consider to be competitive. We're not on par with him, because par is a different thing, but we are competitive with him. Right, we've unlocked the dam, and there is at least 1 dam that we want to build here. This one. So we'll go ahead and lock that in, and it's lower price. We would also like to place this industrial zone. I suppose we'll do that in a moment. We need another builder in this city. I need to pillage one. There's a pillage here. Any pillages over here? There's another pillage here. Okay, that'll allow me to buy that builder. So tech-wise, the next step, I think it's always good to get construction. Unlock lumber mills. Very, very good tech to have. We'll chop here to finish the commercial hub. We'll get the market in here. Get the trade routes up. +2 era score for stealing Auckland. And now we can see the production on these tiles started to kick in. And it looks like we have the bug where we can't see the city-states stuff. So I'll have to probably reload the game to see if that works. I have no idea where this man-at-arms came from. Genuinely, absolutely no clue where this man-at-arms came from. I don't remember sending a man-at-arms here. So this city is about to imminently become a city-state, which I'm fine with. So this is your tile. We're going to chop here to finish the market in a single turn. And then we'll go ahead and build that trader. You're going to go ahead and swap this tile in so you can come up here and place that industrial zone to lock in that price. I didn't want to destroy the wood chop because the chopping is just so much tempo with the current strategy that we are going for. Right, we've managed to take control of theology, giving me an extra envoy. We could take suzerainty of Nalanda with that, which I think I will, because that's worth Diplo favor. Diplo favor I can sell to the AI. It's also worth era score, which means I can potentially get a normal age and not have to deal with loyalty issues. Although nobody's really close enough to me to cause me loyalty issues. So feudalism was a really big milestone for us. It really just comes down to how much is builders with faith. I could buy a settler with faith, actually. I think I will. We may as well continue to expand our empire. We might look to go to war with Simon Bolivar again, because now we have a lot more units. His cities do a lot more damage, but we have a lot more units. And I can send these guys up north to get upgraded. I may as well upgrade them to man-at-arms in this city. Sorry, hang on. Boudica, you apply to classical and medieval era land units. The man-at-arms is a medieval era unit, so we are clear for takeoff on that front. I don't really see this as a culture game, so I don't really see monarchy as a good choice, except that monarchy does have 2 military policy cards. That's like the one thing, and plus the influence points are really nice, so I think we might actually go for monarchy here. It's quite rare that I go for monarchy in a non-tourism game, actually. Quite rare. Let's quickly raid this to get a little bit of cash out of it before it turns into a city-state. Oh, we just added turns to that. Okay, well done. Now I feel like a dum-dum. Place the harbour in Venta. I could also build a bath here, but I'd rather keep that in mind for now. We'll slowly start building the harbour. So just again, I know 66 turns looks like a lot, but remember, in standard game speed, this would be like 22 turns. So divide everything by 3, and like mentally, the game will make more sense. Chop out this trader. Now, I could send this trader to Rome from Arpinum, but I think I would like to send this trader from Mediolanum, because the city does not have its trade route yet. And this would allow it to build its harbour faster. And then this trader will probably go to Ravenna to make that go faster. In fact, this probably should have gone to Ravenna. But we want to send these traders to cities where we have yet to build our trade routes, because by sending them to cities that have yet to build trade routes means we get the next trade route faster. So the city of Arpinum needs to think about getting its industrial zone. That's a +5 industrial zone right there. And that would potentially make this a really good place to spam out settlers. I also need to consider, am I going to continue to chop in here? I can't really afford to. I can maybe chop like a couple more tiles like these, like put a mine here and then chop these 2. And I think that's Arpinum basically developed. And then we'll move Magnus maybe back to the capital. So I think the next step is maybe to pick up military engineering. Niter would be the next step forward to get musketmen. So it would be good if we could start stockpiling up that niter, the all-important niter. Yeah, you go ahead and trade with Rome. That's a 3 food, 3 production, 2 gold trade route. Now I could theoretically trade with Hunza for 13 gold. However, I think I would prefer to get the food and production in Mediolanum, because that'll allow the city not only to grow, but to finish the harbour in a more reasonable amount of time. And then once it has the harbour, it'll actually be able to grow and make use of those tiles. Very timely promotion on this archer. Arrow Storm, kill him. Perfect. Now let's see, we can upgrade man at arms here. I would really prefer if I had mercenaries, but I can't wait 16 turns for it. So I'm going to have to just pay out the nose here. Oh yeah, you're way too expensive. So 300 gold. Now it's only plus 5 combat strength, but I think that 5 combat strength is justified because I should be able to waltz through here again and just like do damage to his economy and steal resources. He's still mad at me. He has 18 grievances, I think it is. Yeah, 18 grievances. He's losing 8 per turn, which is fine. Let's get a friendship with old China. I'll send up a delegation. I sent a delegation to Norway already. Nobody has any luxuries for purchase. Fine, go there. You step here, chop to finish that industrial zone. That's a really, really nice industrial zone. Do we build the workshop? That is the question. Right now the city is making 19 production per turn. If I build the workshop, that is roughly a 15% increase in the city's production for 22 turns of investment. It would also mean extra great engineer points. Great engineer points are quite useful. And a 15% faster builder production speed can also be multiplied by 50% when I start plugging in the settler production speed. So yeah, I think it would be valid for me to start building builders right now, but I think if I power for the late game by building a workshop right now, this city will just become disgusting. So it looks like a couple of city-states appeared. Looks like we got Chinguetti. Honestly, not a very good city-state to appear. But the good news is we have 2 envoys in them because we have the Diplomatic League card plugged in, which I'm quite happy about. And we also managed to meet Brussels all the way down here somehow. I don't know how we met them, but, you know, don't look a gift city-state in the mouth. Right, we'll upgrade you. And I think I'm going to take a loan from China so that I can upgrade my legion to a man-at-arms. And now we're cooking with diesel. I've got five man-at-arms ready to go ahead and hit Simon Bolivar again. Capital managed to get its lighthouse. That's fantastic. Huge amount of population room in here. Could justify going for the library right now. That is a 3 science boost. I think I will. I'll go for the library right now. Or do I want to keep developing the city? I could get +1 production, +1 food. That would allow the city to even grow even faster. There's also a consideration of going for the mausoleum here. I would need a builder charge. Do I have a builder charge hanging around? I have this builder charge. I think I will do that. In the meantime, I'll quickly build the watermill and then I will chop this. All right, let's get another city settled. Perfect location. Ideally, we would buy the granary and the monument, so we'll just go ahead and place the harbour and slowly work on that. This is the perfect candidate to get a trader in it, by the way, because it would just like massively increase the speed that we get that harbour. But I'm going to put this trader into Ravenna because I want to get this harbour sooner rather than like the other harbour. Like the sooner I get a harbour, the sooner I can make it another trader, etc., etc., etc. So it's better to get the half-built harbour now than like I've just started harbour like 100 turns sooner. Do you know what I mean? Because I'll be able to turn this trader and put it into Mediolanum. There was a scout here and I have no idea where it went. I'm just not going to question it. Do a little pillaging. You're not ready to pillage for 2 turns. You're not ready for 2 turns. No longer pillaging over here, so I think we can just kind of get you out of there. You're going to trade with Rome for 3 food, 3 production. Very nice trade route, brings that down to 9 turns. But don't forget, it also speeds up how quickly I get the lighthouse. Excuse me, sir. What the fuck are you doing? 7 turns, let me see. I cannot declare a formal war with Simon Bolivar for 7 turns. Now, I'm a little bit leery about declaring a surprise war, but my guy, I've got 25 turns of peace. We need to wait another 7 turns. Okay, so let me think about the movement options for this settler. This settler has a movement of 3. That means it could step through here to here, to here, to here. So tiles that I need to block are these. This, and this. So he essentially fully blocks this settler from getting onto a settleable tile this turn. The settler's just standing still because it doesn't know where to go. Oh hey, a pikeman. A little old pikeman in that barb camp. The settler has decided to redirect, which is kind of sad. I wanted to get him. But some things just were not meant to be. The one thing about marathon game speed is you do end up kind of mashing the end turn button an awful lot and not really achieving a whole lot in your turns. So the city of Ostia, I think we build a theatre square. God, I really do need like an insane number of builders. I need to start producing settlers as well, but, you know, everything in due course. There's still like 100 turns left in this era, so I don't think we have anything to be afraid of. There's the watermill in the capital. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the mausoleum at Halicarnassus. Now, in order to do that, we're going to chop this for 204 production, which will bring that down to a 59 turn build. Let's double check what the city is actually working. I can do something cheeky here and buy the crab tile, which will be a 2 food, 1 production tile. Slight improvement. Let's say we want to focus on production, lock in these 3 mines. 53 turn mausoleum, that's more like a, what, 23 to 25 turn mausoleum in standard game speed. We'll be able to figure that out, I think. I made good use of my chops this game, let me tell you. I probably should have, should have had the core V card plugged in. That would have shaved a significant amount of turns off that. There's military engineering giving us access to the armory as well as niter. Speaking of niter, did we actually find any? We did find a copy of niter in Ravenna. Now, while this does kill my dreams of a nice farm triangle here, honestly, the niter is better. Can I gold purchase or faith? I can't faith purchase a builder. I might be able to do that once I get to war with him. 1 more turn until we can declare war. Really looking forward to that war, actually. We could head towards gunpowder. Trying to think, what's my development direction? Machinery feels interesting. It's the prerequisite towards printing, which will give me +3 combat strength against him, so I think that's where we head. Now, the efficient route would be to go machinery into education, into printing, but I don't think so. Also, dude, I think the AI is just so crazy for science. Like, I feel like every game I play these days, the AI just goes for science. I think I might look into like installing and downloading and playing with an AI mod, because it's getting a little bit old and one-dimensional, you know? I think it does. I think the AI focusing on science so much does make them play better, but Jesus. So market completed in Puteoli. Where is our next best place for a trader? I think La Venta. This one gets its trader the soonest, so it's the next best place for it. Puteoli, can you justify building a trader yourself? No, you can't, because you've got to build all this stuff. We've got to get that dam up. We've got to get the bath up. Holy shit, that dam is so expensive compared to the bath. Maybe it would be better if we used a military engineer. What's the price of a military engineer? Let's have a look. So there are 170 production times 3 would be 340, 450 plus 60 is 510 production. Yeah, it's cheaper to just hard build the dam. I'm going to do something completely unorthodox. I'm going to build the dam first, after the watermill, of course. No, I should build the bath. I want that housing. Right, harbour completed in Ravenna. Don't have enough gold to buy it. Will hard build the lighthouse, I reckon. That's like a, 13 turn lighthouse in a standard speed game? That's a reasonable amount of turns. Declare formal war on Simon Bolivar. Now, he does only have ancient walls, so we could conquer some of these cities. No, we couldn't actually. I may have stepped forward a little bit too aggressively here on this guy. Attacking the city, we take a lot of damage, but we should be able to be pretty tanky on the defense. Plus, a lot of these guys are leveled up. They're close to getting like tortoise promotions, which should be the difference maker. I'll bring the battering ram along anyway, just for, you know, shits and giggles. Oh my god, the amount of damage that guy just took in a single turn. That was like rapid fire. Take the tortoise promotion. Oh, you want a research alliance? I suppose there's no reason not to get an alliance with you. Get that kill. So let's say hypothetically I had a battering ram next to the city. Oh, okay, actually, quite possible for us to kill his capital here. So fortify, then pillage, getting us machinery. 1 step closer to printing. Do a big old hit on the city. Take the siege down. And we'll look into that next turn. Holy shit, that was a lot more damage than I was expecting. Okay, maybe I can't push this. Let's do a calm and collected retreat. So it's too many crossbowmen. It's just the terrain. If I was attacking from this direction, it'd be a lot more comfortable. It's just like I can't get to this crossbowman. And Grand Columbia's got crazy movement, dude. No! He's going to pillage it. Where did he even come from? He's going to pillage my harbour. Mother effer. It infuriates me how suicidal barbs are to like pillage your districts. Jesus, dude. This guy took a beating. Really high adjacency harbour was completed. Retreat. 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 So yes, we're in a little bit of a full retreat. Not good. Working on the lighthouse in Mediolanum. I got a lot more respect for the tortoise promotion after that battle, let me tell you. I thought I'd be able to waltz in, do my thing, do a bit of damage. Let me tell you, the only place I was waltzing to was to the hospital, because we got absolutely slapped around there, dude. Oh, he pillaged it. What a jerk. Of course he did. Of course he did. So I was hoping for a really easy war there to get a bit of value, but completely backfired. I would call that a negative value war. Because I spent money investing in these man-at-arms. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we can try again at Musketman. The good news is we do have, I think, a golden age secured, or a normal age, I can't tell. Maybe just a normal age. Renew my friendship with Norway. Oh, I should have got Norway to declare war on him as well. That's where I went wrong. Would you like to join my war, good sir? So hopefully now they'll crash units into each other, causing each other problems. Hey, Marcus Licinius Crassus is recruitable. 180 gold every time we annex a tile, and he has 3 charges, so quite a bit of gold coming out of this guy. Let's have a little look. Any tiles I really want? Really interesting thing about Marcus Licinius Crassus is he can actually claim tiles further away from your city than you would expect. I believe a city can grow out to 5 tiles, and Marcus Licinius Crassus can have you to have a city noodle that reaches 8 tiles out. City noodle is the technical term. I know because I wrote the manual. We will be raiding this clan. We'll be raiding this clan. I would have raided this clan, but then this man-at-arms spawn that I need to deal with. We got the workshop in Arpinum, rather. Now we could place another district. We only have a commercial hub and an industrial zone. We could take the campus for ourselves. Well, there's a +3 campus right there. We'll place that campus. We're not going to build it though, because this has just become a settler spam city. So the second we reach Divine Right, we're going to be plugging in settler production cards. Like, think of how cheap my settlers are. I haven't really built a settler myself this game. I've relied almost entirely on purchasing settlers. Oh, wait, actually that does make your settlers more expensive. Sorry, I'm dumb. Oh, we have room for traders. I'm going to buy a trader in Venta, and I'll buy a trader in Durocortum. Lovely, we got the bath in Puteoli, keeping our amenities nice and high. I will build the... Do I want to build the watermill first? No, we've got a ton of food in Puteoli. Don't need the watermill. I think I would rather get the industrial zone and then the dam. Let's trade with Rome, 3 food, 3 production. And it cut down the number of turns to build this harbour by like 150. Now, to be fair, 150 turns probably wasn't the realistic number of turns it was actually going to take. But at least it cut down the on paper. I think we could conquer Caracas again and then force a peace or something. Or at the very least get a few like high value pillages. Because I don't think he has much in the way of defence over there. I want you to trade with Rome as well. Perfect. That'll bring down how long it'll take for you to build your... harbour. Means slowly over time we're pumping up that value. This is what we call a really good sim. We're simming hard. Now China's sim is just bonkers because, you know, it's China, they're AI. Competing with an AI sim when they get 80% production and gold boost. You know, what are you going to do? Strangely enough, China denounced me. Oh, there's 2 Chinas in this game. How odd. How very, very, very odd. Taking a little bit of damage over here. Nothing to be afraid of. The really annoying thing about Grand Colombian crossbowmen is technically they can run away from you while still shooting you forever. So we fortify, then we cancel the fortify and pillage. It's slightly more efficient to do it that way because I think you get to keep the plus the combat strength defense. You know, bring that battering ram down here. There's at least 2 good pillages here and potentially a city conquer, although we have already conquered Caracas, so we don't get the Julius Caesar bonus again, but maybe we can force a meaningful peace out of him again. At the very least, I'm hoping to kill a couple of his crossbowmen and just thin out his units. All right, 1, 2, 3, 3 hits. You move this way, you move this way, chase him down. This tile's the best. Hit that guy. Might have to retreat you to there. Getting a little bit low. Yes, we will have to retreat you because you're getting too low. Oh, Auckland coming in clutch, killing that, providing me safe passage. Safe passage. Let's fall back slightly. We don't need to like immediately win this war. We're just trying to get damage in, right? This is like a harassment attack. I'm like hitting the enemy's mineral lines. You know what I mean, dude? Okay, there's Divine Right. I think we are going to switch to Divine Right. There's +2 era score. We will obviously plug in Oligarchic Legacy. That just seems like a no-brainer for us because we have so many. We're definitely plugging in Colonization. So Colonization and Serfdom are like 2 really good ones here. And then I think we do Charismatic Leader because we have the +50% in Envoy or influence points generation from Monarchy, which means this is technically +3 influence points, which means we're making 10.5 influence per turn. Ideally, I would have my diplomatic quarter down already. It just hasn't really materialized, haven't had a chance. Where do we stand here in the culture tree? So with Divine Right, I think the next step is obviously to go towards diplomatic service, which will get us the ability to get a spy. And now I kind of regret that I placed down the campus in here. I kind of wish I'd put down a diplomatic quarter. It would have been a far more useful thing to do. Right, kill that catapult. Kill that pikeman. You stay fortified, you'll get a promotion. You step here, you heal. Stay fortified, you take the commando promotion, so you have a little bit more mobility. You become a man-at-arms, good, so you can reinforce the front line. Get that pillage, step forward. Try to bait out enemy units into fighting in the open. We did manage to get the theatre square in here, so that's really, really good culture gains. Let's go ahead and get the amphitheatre. Probably good to move Pingala. to another city, but I'll keep Monostia for now. It's fine. It's suboptimal, but it's like good enough. Yeah, I think we want to big hit this city's health. Just bring down those walls. If we can break the walls, it means it's one less place we're taking damage from. All right, big damage taken. You'll be able to get your promotion. What's going on here? Waiting for other players. Military emergency failed. We're going to go ahead and try to kill this crossbowman. One attack should not do it. You'll promote. You already have Tortoise, so we're going to take Battle Cry. Tortoise and Battle Cry, I think, makes your melee units like really all round just good in a variety of situations. Right, let's break the walls. We don't want to kill the city, we just want to break the walls. So we're not taking shots as we like run around in here. I will make a crossbowman. It's a good anchor unit. Oh, for God's sake, he spawned and pillaged. I need to start parking galleys on my districts. I'll hire a galley here. Kill him, jerk. I just finished that too. It's a minor setback. It's just a flesh wound. Now, one thing I need to be concerned about is this city is starting to grow to its third ring of tiles, which means basically there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to grow to the barb camp. So I should probably just pillage the barb camp now and be done with it and take the era score, which I will do. Sad to see such a reliable source of gold go down the drain, but I think, you know, we managed to get our money's worth from that, I think. Definitely managed to get our money's worth. Right, let's step outside the borders here and take a little bit of time to heal up. Would have been great if I had a holy site and I could get a medic promoted apostle. Really help out on the home front there. Not the home front, sorry, the war front, the healing. A lot of my units are just like super hurt. I think in Duro Cortorum, I'm going to buy the monument and the granary just to boost that city along slightly. He wants peace. I don't want peace. I want to break down all those walls and start pillaging all your districts, my dude. What kind of war do you think this is, my guy? What kind of war you could just like tap out and leave? Not a chance, dude. My goal is to hollow out your insides and leave you a husk. Hypothetically. My battering ram. I clicked here and it auto-passes to the wrong tile. If he kills that battering ram, I'll reload the turn. Okay, we got lucky. Major defeat attacking Guayaquil. We can definitely get this pillage here, I think. Let's appoint Liang and put her into Puteoli. It's a relatively central place that we can buy builders from during this monumentality golden age. Probably should have bought builders actually instead of buying those buildings. I just thought about that. Whoopsie. It would be nice if Simon Bolivar generated more grievances. Actually, less grievances for conquering his cities. Yeah, let's do less grievances for Simon. And I think I will naturally take this myself. Julius Caesar. Oh, damn it, I was targeted by both. Damn. Oh no. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not the outcome I was aiming for, guys. Nay. I say nay. Oh, I kill him. And I take a promotion, I think. Oh, close one. Not quite a promotion. Oof. Ooh. If these two coursers come for me, I need to reposition for safety. I need a support muscle. He can step off and attack. He does have the movement to knock my great general out of the park, so I'll come this way. Oh, excuse me? I don't remember asking for you to rebel. Right, unfortunately, this Barb clan has also outlived its lifetime, so we get one more pillage off it and then we'll probably delete it because I'm sending a settler over to that iron mine. Pretty good city. I definitely feel like I can sneak this holy site pillage here. It's like not in range of any cities or anything. City just has too high combat strength. Right, Venta, I want you to take this tile and we'll put a campus down there. I think I've actually recorded far too much. I might need to end the episode here. Hang on. Yes, I recorded way too much. Okay, I love you all very much and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. Bye!